Hello, happy Wednesday, and welcome back to another Q&A Wednesdays. All right, I'm your host, Intelexx, and we are going to jump into another great topic. Thank you all for those who come back and rock with me and us month after month, topic after topic, series after series. We appreciate you all. For those who just started, welcome. We appreciate you for joining us. We got some goodies in store for you, okay? All right, and so before we jump in, just a couple of announcements. If you have a brand or business and you need assistance, you want our help to help you hone in on your craft, connect with us today. Go to Intelexx.com, see all the products and services that we offer, see if there's anything that aligns with you, book a free consultation so you can get a customized plan for your specific artistic needs, and be a part of our intellectual community. Join our app, the Artrepreneurs Hub, a place for you to be your unique artistic self, where you can share content, collaborate, and connect with others, and really be in the same place with like-minded individuals that you can bounce ideas off of and really, you know, have a great collaboration, great connection, long-lasting friendships, networking, however you want to do it. And this is just a place for you to be your artistic self. All right, so just come on over, join us, go under the Mighty Networks app, search us there, or you can go to Intelexx.com and click the link that we have there as well, or our link tree. All right, so we're going to jump in. If you have not been following what we've been going over, make sure to go back on our social media platforms so that you can see everything that we got. All right, but we're going to talk about today how can we overcome emotions, part six. All right, so we got a couple parts out there. If you want to get caught up, make sure you do that on your own time, okay? But we're going to jump into it and, collaborate with us in the comment section. Let us know what are some ways that you can overcome emotions. Do you think it's possible? Do you think it's impossible? Why or why not? This is a conversation. It's not a lecture, so we want to hear your thoughts. All right, so while you are doing that, let's jump right on in. We're doing a continuation from last month, so if you didn't tune in last month, make sure to go back and check it out. All right, so let's get started.
Listen, 3 deep breaths could change the world. Allow you to stop before you respond or react. Number 6, we view both sides of a situation. We feel the feeling, but we also account for the idea that there are two experiences. I know what you're thinking. Oh, the narcissistic people never do this. They're not regulated. But regulation requires knowing that we are not the center of the universe, that other people are indeed having an experience too. It doesn't mean that you don't have your feelings. It also means, yes, your feelings are valid, but we are also able to take some perspective, breathe. We remain angry. We can remain sad, disappointed, whatever it is we're feeling, but also know that not everyone else is having your experience. Number 7, we also need to remember that not expressing your feelings is not regulation. That's a common myth. And we often praise people for being stoic and keeping their feelings to themselves, toughing it out and never crying. When I see that, in essence, I see a psychological time bomb that may end up coming back to harm the person in terms of physical illness, physiological wear and tear, self-blame, anxiety. It's important that you break out of that myth, because many survivors of narcissistic abuse may believe that they're doing a great job of regulating because they aren't saying or doing or feeling anything, because they aren't making noise, they aren't talking about it, they aren't disrupting, and they're just keeping it all in. But it's the indoctrination of the narcissistic relationship, right? That your emotions are not valid or in fact wrong, so you smush them down. In fact, some survivors may find that after weeks, months, or years of keeping it all in, that they may find that they hit a boiling point and they'll blow, even during a smaller interaction with a narcissistic person, which only fuels the narcissistic person's gaslighting and painting the other person as being overly emotional and dramatic and all of that fuels the experience of any narcissistically abused person. And it fuels their self-blame, their self-doubt, and even the sense of, yep, it's me. I'm the problem. I'm too sensitive. I'm too reactive. Maybe it's not even that they're narcissistic. I'm beginning to think I'm the problem. Now, poor regulation is something we may even see as part of various mental health issues: personality disorders, substance use, some mood disorders, some anxiety disorders, impulse control disorders, complex traumas. All of these patterns do have dysregulation as part of their picture. And treatments for many of these things will also work on the dysregulation or the over-regulation that people experience. However, for narcissistic people, the lack of self-awareness means that they do not see their dysregulation as a problem. So they're rarely going to change. For other folks, it's a combination. They can address regulation through a combination of therapy, regulation techniques, and in some cases, medication. It's tough when you've always been around a lot of narcissistic relationships because you're surrounded by dysregulation and you never got a mirror for what healthy regulation is. Regulation is identification, expression, and actually feeling feelings and emotion in a way that is honest, but also self-aware and empathic. You may have a strong feeling about a child spilling milk on a busy day, but you don't start screaming at them. You may clean it up, and even with a trembling voice may say, "Hey, sweetie, it's okay. I just need to go to the bathroom." And then when you get to the bathroom, you cry it out a little. Regulation may mean that the narcissistic person gaslights you for the 1,000th time, and you don't tell them that they're an a-hole or rage at them, but you take a moment, you recognize that this person's behavior is reprehensible, that you're angry. You may not tell them, but you let yourself inside of you call it anger rather than, "I can be strong and stoic," or "maybe they're right," or maybe you say things like, "I'm so dumb." It's not an easy line to walk in a narcissistic relationship, and it requires daily recalibration. But if you can get this regulation stuff worked out for yourself, it can be one of the healthiest things you do for your mental health. And as we talk about this, all these things related to these relationships, I wanted to tell you something. I've got some good news. I'm going to take a moment, let you know my exciting news. I have a new book coming out in February called It's Not You, Identifying and Healing from Narcissistic People. And it's available for pre-order now. Just click the link in the video description to check it out. Please check it out. Please pre-order it. You're one of the first ones to get it. And all the kinds of stuff I talk about on this channel is all here in a format that you can read, listen to, whatever works for you. So hope you can pre-order it, and thanks again.
All right, what did y'all think about that? Was she dropping some gems? I know one of the first things was basically saying that it's not about us, that, everybody has their own lived experience to deal with, and we are not the only ones living it, so we can't focus just on ourselves. We can't be selfish in that aspect, okay? We have to really just learn how to share this lived experience with others and acknowledge and respect that they're going through something too, okay? She also talked about narcissism and how narcissists, they don't properly regulate their emotions, or they don't acknowledge that it's not regulated, and they think it's okay because they're not acknowledging it. No, acknowledge that, okay? She also talked about how not expressing yourself does not mean that you're properly regulating your emotions. You're really just bottling it up until it actually implodes in an unhealthy way. We don't want that, okay? We want to get to a point where we are not spilling over on others because we're not properly regulating ourselves. So just learn to express yourself. Don't hold it in. It doesn't matter how it might come across, if you don't really know how to polish it up just yet, say what you got to say, apologize later. Okay, but don't leave it in because that'll do more damage. Okay? All right, did y'all get anything from this? Y'all good? Talk to me, let me know. Okay? Because she dropped a couple gems there, right? She also got a book, so if you want to support her, go get her book. All right, and the link will be in the description so that you can follow the actual video, and I'm pretty sure she has links for her book there if you are interested. Okay. All right, so we are going to move right on along on another way that you can overcome your emotions. All right, check this out.
The swirling cloud of thoughts and feelings. Our emotions become muddled and frustrating, so we seek immediate relief instead of understanding what's going wrong. In situations like this, try naming your emotions. As soon as you feel something bubbling up inside you, ask yourself, what exactly am I feeling? Am I angry or sad? Impatient or embarrassed? Once you put a name to your emotions, they become smaller, simpler, and easier to understand. Number 5, manage your stress. Stress has a significant effect on your emotional state. When you're stressed, your patience and discipline wear thin. It feels like the world is crashing down all around you, and minor things may trigger extreme emotional outbursts and irrational decisions. Any kind of stress can impact your emotional state, so make a habit of relieving some stress every day. There are plenty of stress-relieving activities out there like writing, meditation, and exercise. Any of these habits, if practiced regularly, may lower your stress levels, making it much easier to process and control your emotions. Number 6. Opportunities for expression. Many people lose control of their emotions because they don't allow themselves to express how they really feel. Men especially stuff their feelings down and pretend everything's fine until the day their emotions suddenly explode outward. This is when extreme emotions do the most damage to you and the people in your life. For your own sake, don't let your emotions fester in the back of your mind. Instead, create opportunities to express your emotions on a regular basis. Write in a journal, talk with a loved one, or sit down with a mental health professional. Make self-expression a normal part of your routine, and you'll begin to understand yourself a whole lot better. Number 7. Channel your feelings. Talking or writing aren't the only way to express emotions. You can also channel those feelings into activities like physical sports or creative hobbies. These activities occupy your mind and channel your energy in a way that brings calm and clarity. For example, if you're caught up in a stressful situation, you might try singing at the top of your lungs. There are dozens of activities like singing that release your feelings and change your state of mind. Find one that suits your interests, and that way you can channel your emotions into something constructive. Number 8. The empathy routine. When you're angry at someone, try thinking about your situation from their point of view. You may feel like you've been wronged, but it's possible the other person feels the same way. They might be in a challenging position, or like you, struggling to understand why they feel the way they feel. In either case, practicing empathy can neutralize extreme emotions and help the two of you find common ground. Even if you're not actively upset, this is a great habit for expanding your emotional intelligence. Practicing empathy challenges you to reflect on your feelings, question your assumptions, and approach every situation with a calm and collected state of mind. Number 9. Possess your emotions. Are you ashamed of your emotions? Too many people avoid responsibility for their genuine feelings because they're embarrassed or ashamed to feel them. If someone asks you how you're feeling, you might pretend everything's okay and you hide your emotions from the world. But this only deepens your emotional turmoil. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take responsibility for your emotions because there's nothing shameful about how you feel. Number 10. The boiling point. Even if you learn to control your emotions, you may be too upset to hold those emotions inside you. Some people call this the boiling point. It's the moment just before your feelings bubble up and explode. If you want to control your emotions, Get to know your boiling point so that you never do or say something you regret. When you're almost over the edge, remove yourself from the situation and give yourself time to cool off. Number 11, create your mantra. Sometimes when you're feeling strong emotions, it helps to remind yourself what you're working toward or what kind of person that you want to be. A simple mantra or a meaningful phrase can help you find perspective and rise above negative emotions like anger or frustration. These feelings might be strong in the moment, but when you think about what really matters, it's easier to maintain control. It may take some time to find a mantra that's unique and special to you. There are all kinds of mantras out there, but often the powerful mantras are the ones that you create for yourself. A few repetitions of this meaningful phrase can relieve stress, provide clarity, and remind you what's really important. Number 12, the power of breath. Many disciplined people have developed incredible patience and willpower using the simple power of their breath. You've probably heard about breathing exercises to relieve stress or anxiety, but why does breathing affect your emotional state? Well, the first half of your breath, the inhale, influences your sympathetic nervous system.
All right. You know what that means, don't you? It means we're going to have another part to finish up. All right. So make sure to come back next month so that we can do our continuation of how we can overcome our emotions. But just a few things that was talked about: manage your stress, express yourself. You done heard that twice already. That means it's important. Express yourself. Don't leave it bottled up. Channel your feelings. Do the empathy routine. See how you can see things through the other person's eyes and maybe find an understanding on that level. Process your emotions. That's a big one. It's very important. You can have emotions and not know how to process it, and everything goes haywire from there. But learn how to process your emotions, y'all. Do the build-up. Manage your build-up, because, or the boiling point, excuse me. Manage that, because it's a bunch of build-up that happens over time, and ultimately you're going to explode. Let's not go there, okay? Create your own mantra and use the power of your breath. Take some deep breaths. Learn how to really understand how you can be better at overcoming your emotions by being in control of them. Possess your emotions was another one, right? Learn how to be in control. Did I miss any? What y'all got on y'all list? Let me know, okay? Drop it in the comments. Let me know if this was helpful, okay? Because we all have emotions and we all need to learn how to properly express them and properly overcome them. If overcoming is something that's possible, you know what I mean? It might not be possible to overcome. We're always going to be emotional people, right? Let's focus on that, okay? All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Just a quick reminder, okay? I hope you all tuned in to the showcase. 2 for 1. If not, don't worry. We'll be back next month, the last Sunday of the month, where you have a chance to win some prizes and share your art and collaborate and connect with some amazing people. All right, so just stay tuned, okay? We got something for you. All right, remember, you are uniquely designed, one of a kind, so don't let anybody stop your shine. Until next time, have an amazing day and an awesome rest of your week.
Intelexx here, and welcome to Intelexx Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists. If you want to be a part of the intellectual community, check us out. We have so much going on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and everywhere in between. And we even got our own app, okay? So make sure to check us out. Go to Intelexx.com. Go to our link tree. Look us up on social media at Intelexx APC so that we can best serve you. All right, we thank you so much for being a part of our vision. You know, we appreciate you, and we wouldn't be here without all of our amazing subscribers and supporters. Don't forget to sign up for the talent show every month, and someone always leaves with a prize. And don't forget to take advantage of all of our special offers, our events, our merch, our resources, our referrals, because we are here to serve you, okay? And thank you for the love. Until next time.